get a better understanding of the evolving China-Africa partnership, this is China-Africa Talk.
For many Chinese traveling or living in Africa, it is a familiar experience. Local people greet them with a few kung fu moves or jokingly call them Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan. Even among those who know little about China, Chinese kung fu is often something they have heard of. In Zambia, a cultural center established by Shaolin Temple is taking that fascination a step further, giving young Africans the opportunity to learn kung fu and experience Chinese culture. And the experience is changing the course of their lives.
People, when the children they come to learn Shaolin Kung Fu, we don't be focused of the skill of fighting, but we be focused of the skill of how to be a good citizen, how to be a good person, a better person, and use that skill also to be using in the society to help people.
It's easy to pick up Kung Fu because it's something I want to learn. When I learn, I want to share with my African brothers and sisters so that they can learn more about Chinese culture.
I spoke with 3 Kung Fu masters at the Zambia Cultural Center of Shaolin Temple, Yanchen from China, Yanming from Côte d'Ivoire, and Hengshao from Zambia, to find out how the seeds of Shaolin Kung Fu are taking root in Africa. First of all, I would like for you guys to just introduce yourself a little bit, what you've been doing there at the Cultural Center of Shaolin Temple in Zambia, and how long have you been there? I'll start with Master Yanchen.
Before 2019, is in Zambia, I have one Chinese people. Him going China Shaolin Temple. I will ask the big master. Is him say is want to in Zambia. Beauty Zambia country. So want to is show Zambia people, Africa people know Shaolin Kung Fu.
Okay, so what about you, Yanming? How long have you been staying at the Cultural Center of Shaolin Temple? Actually, just now, Master Yanchen just give us a brief introduction of the history of the Cultural Center of Shaolin Temple in Zambia, right? So why it was established there.
Okay, thank you to give me that chance to talk about. To explain, my name is Master Yanming. I'm from Ivory Coast, and I find myself in the Shaolin Temple in China because I was passionate of Chinese culture. And for me, my dream is like learning Shaolin Kung Fu and Chinese culture. I will bring back that essence of culture in Africa and promote that, try to build like a good relationship between Africa and China. So for me, it's like this value we learn about Shaolin Kung Fu, this value can be using also for the next generation, for the young people here in Africa, and also try also to promote our country, our African, and also to promote also the big relationship between China and Africa.
That's very encouraging.
And why we decided to select the Zambia Shaolin Temple? Because this Zambia Shaolin Temple is like a deep way to make African people being close to Chinese culture. Is actually really to say is like exchanging culture, like we learn African culture and Chinese culture being together. Like for me, like it's a very essence for this big community to be together, because when Chinese they come in Africa is like try to help us to say, okay, we are family, we are friends. Like I said, like many years ago, the first president of China was saying, he said, Africa, they are in the brother. Mao Zedong, the president Mao Zedong was saying, Africa, they are brother. We need also to more be together and try also to help African country to growing up because they are our fallen brothers. So I think like in the vein of this idea, it's good also to promote like the good relationship between Africa and China. And that's why we have a Shaolin Temple here. The cultural center is trying also to promote the good relationship between Africa and China and help lot of African young people in Africa to understanding the instance about Chinese culture, the instance about try to do the best and so promote also the country.
So why Zambia was chosen as its home? Because Africa has 54 countries, right? Why Zambia was chosen as its place?
Actually, Zambia we've been choosing because there is like a big Chinese entrepreneur. He's doing a very big business and thinks it's very good here. So in 2019, they decided to go in China and try also to meet the big master in China and try to ask the opportunity to come to open a cultural center in Zambia. Because this boss also is based in Zambia. So he decided also after doing that things, we need also to doing some things also try also to promote in a social things. Yes, to help also maybe people they need to really be close to Chinese culture. So that's why they select Zambia and we start Zambia. Zambia is the first one. After Zambia, of course, they will be going to have like a different country, like a different cultural center in different country. It's a kind of thing like to be close to this instance of Chinese culture.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
I'd like to go to Hengshao now. Can you just introduce your journey with the cultural center of Shaolin Temple in Zambia? And also, can you just share with us a bit of the journey of this cultural center in Zambia? Because it was established back in 2021, right? So over the past 5 to 6 years, what achievements has it made? And also, what are some of the priorities of this cultural center?
Yeah. I'll start with introducing myself. My name is Hengshao, and my Zambian name is Ronald Mwale. When it was this Shaolin temple was built, I was training Wushu before. Then I heard this place will be open soon. Then we came as a team, as a federation. We came as a team to come and see the big master, the headmaster of this temple. We came to see him. We said, no, as we are training Wushu, we want to learn more about Chinese culture. We don't have to end here just a little bit to understand, but we want to understand more about Chinese culture. Then the big master said that, no, it's a good idea for you learning more about Chinese culture. So you can come as a team, you train here, you do everything here, you feel like at home. Then after some months, we will see if someone will stay here for long or not. We came as we was 20 of us, big ones, like grown up, maybe in age of 20s. We came here, then we start training, but sometimes Kung Fu it's a little bit like challenging. It have difficult times. And we started practicing Kung Fu. My friends, others, they give up. Others, they didn't like it because it was so harsh. The training, it was very intense.
Then how many of you
Others, they
made it
give
to
up.
the end? That group of over 20 students?
Only one.
Only one, and that's you?
Only one, only me.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you stayed?
Yeah, it's Kung Fu now. It teaches me about in life, you don't have to give up. To the start, if you want to start something, it's very difficult to start. But the more you are working, the more you are improving yourself, the more it's coming easy. Easy until it comes easy.
So even if you were actually already 20 years old at that time, it's easy for you to pick up Kung Fu.
Yeah, it's easy to pick up Kung Fu. It's easy to pick up Kung Fu because it's something I want to learn. When I learn, I want to share with my African brothers and sisters so that even them, they can learn more about Chinese culture.
I know
Yeah.
you're actually from Zambia, right? Can you just share some of the
Yes.
journey of this cultural center here established in Zambia? Because it was established back in 2021. And what achievements has it made over the years?
Yeah. So I would say like it's promoting culture and Africa culture and China exchange, culture exchange here in Zambia, and it's providing like shelter to vulnerable Zambian youth, and they are learning more about like Chinese language, Kung Fu, and again they are giving them like normal education like mathematics, science, and other kinds of subjects, even choreographing they are learning here. I can say it's a big project in short. They are helping a lot. Yeah.
Yes, Master Yanchen, actually, Hengshao just told us a bit of how the cultural center has been doing over the years. I just want to go to you. How important is it to introduce Kung Fu, to introduce Chinese culture to the African audiences?
Some people is maybe training Kung Fu. Is someone is like someone like is what is maybe is in class. In class, the training time is someone lazy. When someone's class finish, it's again in him is relaxed times. Him again want training. Ask to me and ask the master some question. Is what this movement is want to do. Is someone have power. Him lighter. It's lighter is job to talk.
What about you, Yanming? What's the significance of introducing Kung Fu and establishing this cultural center in Zambia, in Africa broadly? And also, when it comes to learning Kung Fu, do you think African students actually they do have strength, something particular? Maybe they're better at mastering Kung Fu.
Yeah, actually, when they say Shaolin Kung Fu, it's related about like with Chinese culture. Because in Shaolin Kung Fu inside there is like work hard, respect your teacher, respect whatever people they give you, and be grateful. And also respect your masters, respect also where you're coming from. Like they say, it's like the most important challenging, the most important about that culture bringing martial arts in Shaolin Kung Fu is like in Chinese word, they say, Kahan. It means like those kids, they need also the next generation like ours African. We need some things also to embrace the spirit of work hard and the spirit of being like in community, work hard, community, and try to surpass ourselves to be better and create a very good environment for the next generation. You understand? So for someone coming to learn Kung Fu, this very important instance of value people they need to understand about that. So we are African, they say, okay, we need also to work hard, try to understand each other's and promote where we're coming from. And at the same time, need also to be grateful from those countries, those people help us to grow up. So for me also like people, when the children, they come to learn Shaolin Kung Fu, we don't be focused of the skill of fighting, but we be focused on the skill of how to be a good citizen, how to be a good person, a better person, and use that skill also to be using in the society to help people. For example, like Hengshao, we learn Shaolin Kung Fu and we're coming like, oh, it's good also from those kids. For example, there's a little example. We have some orphaned kids here. You don't have parents. But with Chinese culture, with Shaolin Kung Fu, they're understanding to say, okay, we have nothing. And the only things we have is Kung Fu. We need to learn that Chinese culture. And after that, we have also chance to move another country to represent the country. To say, we're coming from some things very background, I can say like a minimum background, and now to be like a promote of hope of the next generation. And I think like this idea is so powerful to help people to say, it doesn't matter where you're coming from, but it's matter how try your best you do, how hard you do to create a good opportunity, and you create also for a good things for a generation. And I think that's the spirit we want to. That's why I said coming between Chinese culture and African, we are very good friends because with Chinese culture, it help us to have like self-confidence and help us to understanding we need to work hard and to be safe, like promote our country. Yes, our African country.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing that. You brought up a very interesting topic. It's about actually this cultural center. It has been creating opportunities for local kids especially, right? So can you just share with us what kind of opportunities do you mean? Also, is there any example?
For example, the first one is like a social opportunity because the Shaolin Temple culture come here. We can resolve 100% of all problem in Africa in some things like, because in Africa there is some people it's difficult for them to go to school. It's difficult like is a problem of finance, like how to go to school is difficult. And and me, I'm very stressed if someone they're doing something, they don't have some things to do, and they're starting being in the streets, they don't do anything. Now they're starting thinking how to do bad things. So when we come in here, we try also to get some orphanage. They stay in the temple. we try our best to reduce a kind of criminality, because those kids, if they've been outside, they don't have education, no one take care of them. Of course, after many years, they're going to be like try to do a bad things about some things, like it's going to be a problem. So for us, get them, we also try also to reduce a kind of some things can be impacting like in the bad way of something. We try to change people in the better way. We can do in the maximum, but we try our best to do that. And those kids, they can be also a power expression of hope to those people also to say, oh, look, since we don't go to school, since to starting being outside and doing the bad things, why we can also try to focus and learn some things and after promote our country. You understand? And for me, like, some things is a very good lightness. We don't say a very big lightness, but it's like a small lightness we try to share to the generation with this kung fu, with martial art. Because people, when they come in here, they learn Shaolin kung fu, they learn kung fu. After that, some of them can feel like they want to be a soldier. Some of them, they want to be like an actor. Some of them, they want to be like a ambassador of Chinese culture in Africa, between China and Africa. Some of them want to say, okay, me, I just want to be like a Chinese teacher. Some of them want to be like, I want to try to be like a translator and be like a businessman between Africa and China. So I think like there is a lot of opportunity inside to be coming with that culture is a kind also to give a good hope, a good opportunity to a generation, an African generation.
Like you
Yeah,
said,
this is my little understanding about that.
Thank you for sharing that. Actually, like you said, I think,
Yeah,
yes, they
thank
do
you.
now have hope for their life, and they do have a clear direction for their life, like you shared. Like they would become
Definitely.
a cultural ambassador between China and Africa. I don't know if you can share with us a story, one specific case. For example, a certain student or a certain young guy from Zambia, they saw what's been happening here in the cultural center. People are learning Kung Fu, they're learning the Chinese culture, and they also want to join you. And now they do become one of your members. Is there a certain case like that?
Like there is a small story I try to share with you.
Okay.
I remember like a long time ago, there is a one parent contacted me, and the parent came to say, okay, I have a student. They have a son. The son, sometimes they try all the best. They bring the son somewhere, a school, a boarding house. Nothing was working. They were very desperate. They say, okay, the last option is like they will try to come in Shaolin Temple. So they call me. The parent explained me the problem of the kids. It's very big. The parent have like a good life, a good environment. But according to education of some kids, is like some things very, you need also to be like very strict and very focused for education. So they was trying to find a place where the education of these kids can be like more good and be focused and disciplined and understanding what is important for him in life. So they was trying to say, okay, let's try our last hope, maybe Shaolin Temple. And they came. And for me, I'm trying to explain to them, no, Shaolin Kung Fu is a kind of way we're coming together and stay together. Like there is a small word say, community is a purification. From the time you come with people and we teach those kids to be together, and with step by step, we're coming to try to correct our things to move from the bad way to the good way. So the parent was like, is it okay? Is it going to work? Is it going to work? The way they're trying to learn is like only not the skill, like Shaolin Kung Fu, how to fight, no, but how to be a citizen, how to be responsible of anything you do. And after this kid is staying here like almost like 3 months, after 3 months, the parent, they keep, they notice many changements about this kid. They say, oh, now he's behaving very good, he's polite. And when he says some things, they can see like a kind of self-confidence. Can you understand? And this self-confidence, I think a generation need that. Because it doesn't matter what you want to do in your life. It doesn't matter what you want to be like somewhere. The beginning starting with your confidence to say, there is some things I trust myself. I can work hard for that. I can achieve it. and everything can be possible. And it's good also for the generation of African people to say, we need to have a self-confidence and try to learn from Chinese. Why do we need to promote China, and China is so powerful? We can do also a same here in Africa. And I feel like there is a new generation of many businessmen, many understanding, they will come back. And I think like it's going also to move also for a good relationship with China and Africa. And that's just one example I just tell him like that is some of a lot of example I can share with you.
Thank
Yes.
you. And is he still around? Is he still with the cultural center now, or he's already?
Yes, he's still here. He's here right now. He's still here.
Wow.
The parents, they are very happy. And I know also there was like 2 years ago, there was a young man, the parent bring him here because he was addicted of some things. And it was difficult for the parent to lead this boy. So he's like fighting some things like that. So they bring the kids here. It was challenging the first time. But after staying in Shaolin Temple for many, many, many years, I think he stayed here almost for 1 year. And after he moved back to the country, to move back to the family house, it was very happy. The parent was very surprised. He changed everything. He started being mature, and he tried to know being fighting or some things like that. And even called me, hey, master, I miss you. I said, yo, you can come anytime. He said, now he was telling me how now I know I'm a mature man. I need to work hard. And I have a time also. I want to have a family to take care of my family. I said, that's very good. So I think like we try also to give like kind of hope of people, because people, like I say, Shaolin Kung Fu and Chinese culture is talking about like Ren is mean like we need also to more give compassion to people, understanding people, and try to make a road for them. That's why they say it's good also like Africa and China, there is a good relationship. So we're coming together, we embrace together, and we move the same road together. And I think like it's good. And everyone have a good opportunity and all on the same path we have, and we move together through for a best in the future, a bright future.
Yeah, so it's not a so-called typical cultural center. We assume actually it's like a school that's been cultivating people. Like you said, cultivating ordinary citizens. And speaking about
Yes, definitely.
Yes, and speaking about education, I would like to bring Hengshao with us here, because you just shared about what students can learn here at the Cultural Center. You mentioned calligraphy. So it's not just about Kung Fu, right? It's also about other culture. Can you just share with us more about the different cultures the students can learn there? I heard actually they can also learn traditional Chinese medicine. And also, do you think if the students, they learn the Chinese culture better, they will master the Kung Fu better?
Yes, it's possible. It gives like self-development, because right now, even here, right now we have actors now here in the temple. We did like a small movie. It's not, I cannot say a big movie. We did like a small movie. So many people, we collaborated with a guy from Nigeria, and again there was this big streamer from America, United States. He came here in Zambia. So it gives a lot of self-development. Others right now, they have like TikTok accounts, Facebook accounts, and they start now being popular. Yeah, back at home, they didn't have anything to do. But right now they are starting like experience. Now they are starting becoming someone else in life, something that's good. And others, they are like sharing their journey here in the temple and other people, so that they can see, I want to be like this guy. I want to be like this guy. So it's a very good opportunity to us and to my brothers here in the temple. And right now we have one master who teaches like about calligraphing, lighting like Chinese characters, and the other master is teaching us how to cook Chinese food, and other master was teaching us about Kung Fu. Yeah.
You said you were actually producing a movie, a small movie. I think you're being too humble there, because if it's someone from Nigeria, we know Nigeria has the popular Nollywood, right? Like Hollywood in the West. So I can't wait for the release of your big project, the movie.
Yeah. No, it's already released. It was released already. It's
Oh,
called School of Kung Fu. They
okay.
came here to shoot it here. So anything it's about in a temple, like temple, in like the life in a temple. Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll definitely have to check it out. Master Yanchen, I would like you to share with us how many students now they are there studying. And also, what about the masters? How many masters are there? And among the masters, how many Chinese and also how many Africans?
How many children first? Now, not 40, 42. Yeah, 42 is every day in Shaolin Temple is live. Have some 5 or 6 people. Is maybe have some dads is come to Shaolin Temple to learning Kung Fu.
Among the 42, are they all boys or there are certain girls studying there as well?
No. Have 4 girl. Yeah, it's young one is 4 years.
Okay. Yes, and Yanming, can you just share some of the outstanding students there, like Chu San, those ones who impressed you?
Actually, Chusan is coming from his mother. The mother of Chusan, she's Zambian, and the father is Chinese. And the father also passed away. And the first time we try also to get some orphan to stay in the temple. And I noticed it was like, I think the sister of the mother of Chusan. She showed me a picture of Chusan. She said, okay, since you guys try to find some orphan kids to stay at the temple and you want to help them, these kids also need help. And I think Chusan was like almost like 5 years old, I think. And she showed me the picture of Chusan, and it was very cute. And I said, we need that kid. How can I try to be in contact of the mother of we need that kid? We need to understand more the story of this kid. And the mother came at the temple and she was like very sad. She said she passing through a very difficult life. It's difficult for her to take care of Chusan. And the father passed away. She was alone like that. She's traveling against life. And I only tell her, Chusan will be here in Zambia. We are going to make it to be like a superstar. He's the one who make you be proud. And she said, how? And I said, we will see you after the time. And after Chusan came here, he was trying to cry. He doesn't want to stay. And we tried to find, I was trying also to buy him a bicycle. And I'm trying also to try to control him, buy him a bicycle, give him time to play, and give him time also to be straight for the class. Why Chusan is very good at Kung Fu? Because those times it was the only student here. There is no student. So all the focus of training was focused on him. That's why you can see him his level is little bit different of those people. And after him, those students also came. Yes.
So he joined the
Because
cultural.
what you're trying to share is coming from some things like a flower, you can say in the lotus flowers. The lotus flowers growing up in the dirty place. And after it's growing up in the dirty place, you can see the flowers looking very nice, beautiful. So I think Tucson can be like an expression of that lotus flowers. It doesn't matter where you're coming from, but it's matter where you want to reach, who you want to be is very important.
I like what you said. It's like a lotus flower growing in a dirty place.
Yes.
There is this certain Chinese philosophy behind it. You really mastered the.
Yes.
How long have you been practicing
Yeah.
Kung Fu?
Me,
Yeah.
I think right now I can say I have experience of 15 years experience.
Wow.
And I've been in Shaolin Temple in China for 6 years. I've been in China because my dream is I wanted to go in China, learn Shaolin Kung Fu. When I finish to learn and get chance also to open the Shaolin culture here in Africa. And I think after many years, my dream started being true. And I'm very happy to give that hope and that incense of Chinese culture and Shaolin Kung Fu to those generation in my fellowship African people. Because we need also that to growing up with discipline, with gratitude, and work hard.
And thank you, because I think joining the cultural center of Shaolin Temple and also practicing Kung Fu for such a long time, you're also helping us to enrich the Chinese culture and enrich Kung Fu actually with what you've learned and with
Definitely.
your background. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, and Hengshao,
So,
yeah, can you just share with us a little
Yes.
bit more information about the cultural center? How many masters are now there teaching, and how many of them are
Right
Chinese?
now we have 4 Chinese and 2 Africans. One Master Emin and 2 Master Emmanuel is from Cameroon, and like Shifumax Azai, he said is from Ivory Coast, and 4 masters, Chinese masters. Maybe in future we have a Zambian master.
Oh, he's now in China.
Yeah. Who? Sorry, who?
You said. Oh, sorry. I didn't get you. Actually, you said in the future there will be a Zambian master, and that will be you.
Yeah.
I
No,
thought.
I didn't say me. Maybe someone else. Yeah.
Okay, you're being too
Yeah.
humble. I thought it. Why it couldn't be you? It could be you.
Maybe when I work hard, maybe.
And what about the visitors? Do you see a lot of local people visiting the temple, and also among international tourists? Are they also going to the temple?
Yeah. There are so many. We have like in Africa, we have so many countries want to come to visit Zambia here now. They want to come and learn Kung Fu, but the problem is that right now we don't have like a big space where they can live, they can come and train. But we are helping them to come. But the problem is that we don't have enough space for them. Right now, the masters, they are giving opportunities to Zambian. Then after that, they can go and spread it more in Africa and different countries. And for the visitors, we have like Indians, because here again, we have like a lot of Indians who are staying in Zambia. We have Indians, we have Chinese, we have like local Zambian. They also come here. Others, they only come here to just to sit, because here it's a peaceful place. It's peaceful, and they want to feel more connected with nature. So others, they just come here to sit, maybe in a bamboo, like my background. They just sit there. Others, they sit in a temple.
And
Others, they only want to learn. They only want to learn meditation. We have like one master who teach them like meditation. They sit somewhere. He teach them.
and don't forget to mention the internet celebrity Speed.
Yeah. There are so many.
He also visited the cultural center of Shaolin Temple in Zambia during his visit there, right?
Others, they are coming here to like to make a video, a content. We have like Zambian content creator. They come here to make like content to spread more. Right now here in Zambia, I can say we are also popular here in Zambia. Even the government is appreciating what we are doing here, what the masters doing. They are putting effort, because it's not easy to see like a Chinese master to come all the way from China just to come here to teach. It's not easy. Yeah, so we thank the Chinese government and the Zambian government. We thank you.
Thank you. You mentioned the Zambian government actually also appreciates what you've been doing. Is there any support from them? Do they also support your running, your operation?
They do support, because without them, this place cannot exist.
Definitely.
Yeah, they could say, they could say, no, we don't want this kind of structure here in Zambia. It's because of them. That's why this place is existing. And sometimes we do have performance. We go to show the president how we are improving, and he's very amazed. Even him, we can see that he don't believe that us African we can do like Chinese. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kung Fu, okay. But in my opinion, I think you are so talented. I think you are born to practice Kung Fu.
Yeah. I can say we are still learning.
Okay, and what about for your daily operation? How do you run the Shaolin Temple? Like you said, you do have certain performances, right? Do you get paid for
Yes.
that? And also, do you have any other support from the enterprises and from local communities?
So, for example, when they invite us to go to the performance, we do a performance. They try to help us. They don't give us like they just give us a certain amount. that amount the masters give us to, like, we can live here, but we need like something to buy for ourselves. Maybe you see a t-shirt, a nice t-shirt, you want to buy it, the master help us to with that money. The master give us a little bit, we buy that what we want, just like that.
Yes, what about the live streams that you've been doing? Maybe Yanming, you can share with us a bit, because you've been bridging different cultures, be it Chinese and African. The live streams, definitely, it's also helping Chinese people here on the ground here to understand Zambia better. Can you just share with us, like, what role has the cultural center been playing in bridging different cultures and in bridging people's hearts?
Okay, actually, this plan is very important because from the Chinese social media, we try also to showing Zambia in Chinese. For example, there is some word in the screen, people that can ask what Zambian people they eat, what is the staple food they eat, like that. It's like a kind of like exchanging a mutual understanding. Some Chinese also make themselves feel like they want also to come in Zambia. And they say, okay, maybe in Zambia there is opportunity, they can do some things, even some kind of business and some things like that. And they're understanding like Zambia is a very peaceful country, very important, peaceful country. So sharing is a good environment for people that can come to visit. Even instance to see this construction, like Shaolin Temple, the construction. People when they look at construction, they feel like I can say in Chinese, 到少林寺感觉到家一样. It's like when you reach the Shaolin Temple inside, you feel like you are home. So I think it's helped a lot of Chinese people to feel like being proud also for this kind of culture, be moving from China to Africa, and also learning also from Zambia also. And I think this live stream also is a facilitate of this exchange in communication, mutual understood.
Yes, I think behind these live streams is the cultural center of Shaolin Temple. It's you guys, what you've been doing over the years, trying to bridge different people's hearts. And also, Master Yanchen, can you share with us a typical day of the students? How many hours do they spend in practicing, in learning Kung Fu, and how many hours in the classes of different Chinese culture?
Okay, I can talk about for one day. Before it's first it's 5 o'clock. It's get up. It's actually morning class. It's drum or build class. After finishing, is children go to the temple inside. Is sing. Okay, after finishing, maybe I'm children follow me together go to the training. This morning is training 1 hours. Maybe training is the 8段锦 and it's tight. It's not the power. This morning is same the meditation. It's relax body, relax heart. This morning is get up. Is you breathe. It's lazy. So this morning is relax training. So for after is breakfast finishing, the children go to class. It's in Zambia class. Zambia class 2 hours after is action training times. Each time is for Master Amy teach Kung Fu. It's Kung Fu times. It's 1 hour 30 minutes. After lunch we finish, it's again it's Zambia class. It's to 14 hours finish. It's to me is teach children. It's Kung Fu class. It's afternoon. I'm teach finish is evening class. This evening class for others master is teach children is Buddha. What's safe, what to do is in temple. What's that? 7 days. Okay, last one is for Chinese class. It's for evening. Evening is Master Yan Han teach children Chinese class. It's learning 2 hours. This last one is for Chinese class finish. It's in drum or build. It's finished. It's to maybe evening sleeping time is 22.
Yes, and when you say they have Zambian class, that means they have the classes of local lessons, right? Be it language or mathematics.
Yes. It's go outside school find is in Zambia teacher. It's teach in Zambia's country something.
The Zambian teacher actually they would teach
Yes.
at the cultural center. The students they don't have to go to a local school, right?
Yes, no go. It's in Zambia in temple inside the learning.
Wow. How do you envision the development of the cultural center in the coming years?
So first, I want is I need. Okay, I want is children now is not young. If someone is in temple is maybe 5 years. This kid is grow up in is big man. I mean have power. It have ability. So as I think this is for other country, maybe it's not first. In middle is Zambia. Maybe it's I think for Angola, it's Mozambique, Kenya, and other Africa country have new one. It's same the Zambia Shaolin Temple. This one it's kind for these children because that again can share this Chinese country it's Kung Fu.
Thank you. Yes, for the further spread of the cultural center of Shaolin Temple in different African countries, right? More places like this. What about you?
Yes.
What about you, Yanming? How do you envision the growth, the future growth of the cultural center?
The future growth of cultural center. Right now, there's the Zambia Shaolin Temple. We hope the next coming years, we can have a lot of cultural center in Africa, in different countries, and make those countries will be one. Because in Chinese culture, they're talking about like helping, we are together. So make with the incense of Chinese culture, make African one and learn each other's where Chinese they're doing to develop China, to develop also Africa. And I think it can be very helpful and also still have a generation need to understanding whatever we're doing, we try to work hard and going hard to make African being proud, African being very nice, and also connecting the good relationship and more good relationship between Africa and China. So I can say the Chinese like 中非友谊万岁.
Thank you so much. Yes, we can't achieve what we've achieved today, and also we can't achieve what we are going to achieve without you guys. You've been on the front line, and you are actually promoting the China-Africa 中非友谊. And I want to go to Hengshao. I have a very interesting question, and I'm being curious about it because now Stephen Chou's movie Kung Fu Soccer has been screening in the Chinese cinema. Actually, he's been doing several movies about the combination of Kung Fu and football. So in real life, Hengshao, can you tell me, can martial art techniques help football players? And also for the students there in the cultural center of Zambia, do they actually very good at playing football?
Yeah, I can say it's in their blood. Football is there. It's learning in their blood because when we are on rest day, like for example on Monday we are resting, we don't do anything. We get a ball, we start playing each other. And Kung Fu, I think inside soccer there is Kung Fu also because there is balance. If you are a player, you have to have balance, speed, and power so that you can pass the ball to another player. If you don't that, it can be difficult for you. So you need to have power, speed, and balance. I think Kung Fu soccer, it's same like Kung Fu. It's similar to Kung Fu because Kung Fu it's only like practicing martial arts. No, Kung Fu you can maybe you know to cook. That's Kung Fu. To play football, that's Kung Fu. Kung Fu it's many. It's not just like a word you can describe one thing. It's many things. Anything you are doing, you have to improve yourself. That's Kung Fu. I hope you are getting what I'm saying.
Yes, I got it. And I think it's...
even football, it's part of Kung Fu also because you are improving yourself.
The Zambia Cultural Center of Shaolin Temple is becoming a space where Chinese and African cultures meet. Chinese masters are introducing Kung Fu and Chinese culture to local communities, while African practitioners are sharing their own culture and experiences with audiences in China. And those young disciples will one day become teachers themselves, taking what they have learned to other parts of the continent and planting more seeds of cultural exchange between China and Africa. And that's it for this edition of China Africa Talk. You can find us on major podcast platforms and on Substack. I'm Gao Junya. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.